Alright, today we're going to be doing an examination of the neck, and for most of this exam I'm going to be sitting in front of you. Sometimes I will need to stand behind you, alright? Alright, so what I'm going to do to start out with is I'm going to just do a general inspection of the neck. I'm going to be looking at the skin tone, color, any bruising, I'm looking for some swelling. I'm just kind of looking at the general area of where the lymph node and the trachea should be sitting. Next, I'm going to do a visual inspection of the thyroid by taking a light and shining it obliquely across the neck, looking for any shadows, and I see none, so that's normal. Alright, the next visual inspection of the neck, of the thyroid I'm going to do is I'm going to have the patient extend their neck and swallow for me. And what I'm looking for is for the thyroid to rise and lower as she swallows, which it did, which is normal. Next, I'm going to just palpate the trachea and make sure that it is right down the midline. You can feel the trachea by feeling the little ridges, and it is. Alright, next I'll have you turn around so I can show. And I'm going to be palpating the lymph nodes and the thyroid. I'm going to start with the lymph nodes, and I like going from top to bottom, it's just easier that way. I'm going to start in front of the ears with the preauricular lymph nodes. And I'm going to go to behind the ear, check the postauricular lymph nodes. And then there are some lymph nodes on the back of the skull, underneath the occiput, called the occipital lymph nodes. And then I'm going to move forward to just behind the angle of the jaw, and underneath a little bit, those are the tonsillar lymph nodes. And move forward, staying underneath the jaw, to the submandibular lymph nodes, and all the way forward to the front of the chin, looking at the submental lymph nodes. Next, I'm going to be moving to the superior cervical, superficial cervical chain, and that's going to lie right on top of the sternocleidomastoid muscle. Feel that all the way down, and then I'm going to move behind the SCM and check the posterior cervical chain. And then next is the deep cervical chain. These are kind of hard to feel, and because they're underneath the SCM, so you're going to want to slide it forward and try and feel underneath there. And then the last set of lymph nodes that we'll be inspecting today are the ones that are near the clavicles, both the left and right. And these lymph nodes in general should be pretty hard to feel. They should be small, nice and smooth. That indicates a healthy lymph node. Next, I'm going to be palpating the thyroid, and it's nice and low in the neck, much lower than people would think. And I'm just feeling it, and it should be smooth and soft, which it is. She has a healthy thyroid. Next, I'm going to be doing some special testing. I'm going to be listening to the carotid arteries. I'm going to be checking for any signs of a bruit, which is a whooshing sound. That's a bad indication. We don't want to hear that, so I'll be checking for those real quick on both sides. And I'm using the bell of my stethoscope to hear those nice low sounds. Both sides. Alright, good. And next I'm going to be testing the cranial nerve 11. And how I do this is I'm going to stand behind the patient, and I'm going to be testing the trapezius muscle. So I'm going to have you shrug your shoulders all the way up high, and then I'm going to try and push down, and don't let me. Good, nice strength. And then the next muscle I'll be testing is the sternocleidomastoids. So I'm going to have the patient look to their right, and then place my hand on the side of their forehead, and I'm going to have them try and rotate their head further to the right. And there you see sternocleidomastoid working. And then same to the other side. So I can turn your head to the left, push against my hand, and it's working nice. So, and that concludes the examination of the neck.